Hello, my name is Casey, she, her, and this is Yoga for Sleep. So, I've prepared a short practice for you to breathe and ground, for you to stretch and unwind, and for you to rest and prepare for bed. So, make your way to a comfortable seat. I have a block and a bolster that might be handy for you in some of the poses. And as you sit tall, close your eyes or just soften your gaze down and take a moment to just be still. You may not have the time or energy or mental focus for a full 60-minute yin practice. So we will combine mindful breath, pranayama, gentle movement and stretches, and then some longer holds. And just allow your inhale and exhale to be even, Samavritti pranayama. Now offer up a counting breath, just a simple way to bring focus, to let go of whatever has happened during your day and just be present here with your breath. As you inhale, count 1. Exhale, in your mind, say 1. And continue counting up. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 3. And continue counting with your breath. And once you count to 10, just start back over at 1. If you forget where you are or just lose count or focus, that's okay. Just start back over at 1. And as you keep your focus and your intention on your breath, feeling your front, sides, and back body expand with your inhale and contract with your exhale. Feel your sit bones root down into the earth. Sit up tall. Soften your shoulders. And you can go ahead and let your breath become a little bit more natural. You can drop the counting. We'll start to add a little side body stretch. So bring your right hand out to the side, either a block or to the ground, and stretch your left fingertips up and over. And as you stretch over to your right, make sure that sit bone doesn't come off of the mat. So stay rooted and grounded. Keep your chest open. You could always lower to your forearm or walk your hand further away. Let your biceps stay near your ear, and your gaze could be down to the ground, out or up toward the ceiling. A few more breaths here. And as you inhale, lift yourself up and drape your left hand over your head and slowly lower your left ear toward your left shoulder. So feeling a stretch through the right side of your neck. You can stay here or connect your fingertips to the ground or maybe add a little stretch. You can even add a little movement with your right fingertips. Just play around looking for the sensation on your right side of your neck. And then slowly release. We'll take that stretch on the other side. You can switch your prop over as you inhale, reach your right hand up, and exhale, lean to your left. So again, stay connected to the earth. Keep your chest, your heart space open, and you can slowly start to lower maybe to your forearm or just stay lifted. And you're feeling your right ribs lift and stretch out of your right hip. You might be getting a big stretch on the underside of your right arm into your shoulder. And again, play with your gaze to add sensation or stretch to your neck. A few more breaths here. Slow and even with your inhale and exhale. And inhale, lift yourself up, drape your right hand. And with your exhale, lower your right ear toward your right shoulder. And just be mindful we're not cranking your head down. You can even add a little lift of your skull up into your hand. Left fingertips can stay connected, or you can add a little movement. And then gently start to lift your head. And make your way to tabletop. So as you come to your hands and knees, we'll shift into a puppy variation. So similar to child's pose, but keep your hips over your knees and lower to your forearms. And to begin, you can bring your elbows out, place your palms on top of each other, and rest your forehead into your hands. And then add a little rock side to side. So offering a massage to the top of your head. You can play with adding pressure, shifting some weight into your forehead. And then bring your forearms rather to your mat. We'll add thread the needle here. So slide your right arm under your left, and you may need to pick up your left elbow slightly to do so. As you lower your right shoulder down, your forehead could come to the mat, or you could gaze to the left. You can also play here with maybe sending your left fingertips forward. Few more breaths. And press in with your left forearm. Pick yourself up to switch sides. Lower your right forearm down. Thread the needle so your left hand comes through. And as you lower down, just take a moment to look for sensation. Maybe reach your right fingertips forward and kind of lower your right shoulder, square your shoulders to your mat. And press your right forearm into your mat. I'll offer up a variation of side plank. Again, just kind of looking for length and stretch to release tension from the side body. So I'll mirror you, base your right forearm, and just open your left hip. You could kickstand your right toes if that helps. Your left heel can be near your right toes, and you can kind of play around with that stance. As you start to open your chest, reach your left fingertips forward to the front of your space, or almost like a rainbow. You could press down into your mat. Open your chest. You could gaze under your left armpit. And again, just breathe here. You could add a little bend in your left leg, rocking forward and back. Inhale. Exhale, lower your left elbow and knee down. We'll switch sides. So taking that side plank variation, stay grounded on your left forearm and left knee. Again, you could kind of kickstand your toes for support. As you peel your chest open, reach your right fingertips to the front of your space or connect to the ground, almost like a rainbow shape through your side body. And you can really press in with your right foot to find some balance and support. You could even bend your right knee, kind of stretching forward and back. Staying with your even inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower your right knee and elbow to your mat. So we'll set up for a longer hold, a more static pose, and I'll offer two choices, either reclined butterfly or reclined saddle, and I'll set you up for both. So if you have sensitive knees or tend to just be really tight in your legs, then reclined butterfly might be a better option for you. Place your bolster or pillow along your mat, and this could actually be done with your spine on the ground. So don't worry if you don't have a prop. And as you lie back, the soles of your feet are connected with your knees open wide. You could add blankets or blocks under your knees for a little support. You just want to avoid feeling any strain or work on your inner thighs. So definitely prop up to avoid that. Feel your shoulder blades kind of melt away alongside your prop if you're using one. Chest is open and just release here. This is one of my favorite poses, but a nice way to release an extra stretch in front of your legs can be reclined saddle. So for that one, bring your knees closer together and your toes point toward the back of your mat. And from here, you'll start to lean back and rest your forehead, or rather the back of your head, on your mat. And if that feels like too much sensation, but almost right, you could always take one leg at a time. So you could point one knee up and recline back for a half saddle. In whatever shape you have chosen, see if you can find a little extra release or letting go with each exhale. Releasing into the earth or your mat or your prop. You find your mind keeps getting pulled away back to whatever happened during your day. Then return to your counting breath, just starting with 1. Working your way up to 10. And we're about halfway. So if you chose half saddle, then go ahead and help yourself up. Switch legs. Point your opposite knee up toward the ceiling. And recline back when you're ready. Take a few more breaths here. And whatever shape you are in, just be really gentle and slow as you help yourself out. If you're in the reclined butterfly, you can help your knees to touch. Saddle, you can use your forearms or hands for support. And we'll take just a moment to counter pose. So if you're on a bolster, you could just sit on it and extend your legs out. Maybe give your legs a shake. And then we'll move into one of my favorite poses, legs up the wall. So you may not need a prop for this, and you're just going to scoot your seat up to the wall. Since we shift into legs up the wall, if this pose is new to you, there's not really a graceful way to get into it. You just want to scooch your bottom as close to the wall as possible and shift up. If you have tight hamstrings or you don't have access to a wall, just resting the backs of your calves with bent knees on a couch or a chair is a really nice alternative. So, kind of coming at the wall sideways, really get as close as you can. So, when you roll onto your back, you can send your heels up. Maybe your feet touch, maybe you have a little space. You can always keep a gentle bend in your knees. Maybe connect hands to your belly or just let them rest out. And we'll be here for about 5 minutes. I often share that if you're looking to incorporate yoga into a daily practice or make it a daily practice, start with this pose. 5 minutes a day, sometime in your evening. This is one of the most effective poses at targeting your parasympathetic nervous system, letting your body know it can relax, letting your body know it's time for rest. This is recommended if you have insomnia or sore feet or swollen feet. You are pregnant. And if at any time you start to feel like your legs are working, maybe your legs start to shake or you're feeling a pull in your hamstrings, then you can always shift away from the wall and add a bend to your knees. Or maybe try that variation up against a couch or chair. Be really gentle with yourself as you make your way out of the pose. You could start by just moving, flexing your feet, and then roll to whatever side body feels good, and stay for just a moment to transition and help yourself up. So now we'll set up for our final posture, Shavasana. I would recommend a supported Shavasana. So placing a pillow or bolster under your knees, even a rolled up mat or a blanket works well. That can offer a little extra length or support in your low back. Maybe even add a blanket over you or crawl into bed. And as you settle into this final posture, allowing yourself to relax and rest. And if you get pulled away, coming back to your counting breath. Slow and even with each part of your breath. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. Press pause. If you're ready to be guided out, you could add some gentle movement or stretch, and eventually make your way up to a comfortable seat. Once you arrive, sit tall. You could gaze down soft or close your eyes. Press your palms together at heart center. Remember, it's the choices you make that define who you are far more than your abilities. Thank you for choosing to practice your yoga. Lift your thumbs to the center of your forehead. We'll close with one final breath together. Inhale. Exhale. Thank you for taking a little time at the end of your day to stretch and breathe and be mindful. And I hope you enjoy a great night's rest.